For the longest time, the world of academia ran on a really simple but kind of brutal mantra: publish or perish. But that world, it's changing, and it's changing fast. We are right in the middle of this huge shift where the goal isn't just to publish a paper anymore, but to turn that paper into a real world company. So today, we're going to dig into how that journey from the lab bench to the boardroom is being completely re engineered. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at this new ambition that's sweeping through universities. Then, we'll get real about the huge gap that stops most brilliant researchers from ever becoming founders. After that, we'll lay out a three-step blueprint for success, look at the kind of support system you need for the long haul, and finally, we'll see how this whole shift is creating the companies that will define our future. So let's dive right in with academia's new ambition. And I want to be clear, this isn't just some small adjustment. We're talking about a fundamental change in the whole purpose of research. So the old world was all about publish or perish. Your entire career depended on getting your name in those journals. But the new ambition, it's publish and pioneer. See the difference? It's not enough anymore to just discover something cool. The expectation now is that you build something from that discovery, something that has a real impact out in the world and, yes, commercial value. Okay, but this new ambition, it creates a massive challenge. Let's call it the researcher to founder gap. Because, look, having a brilliant idea in a lab is one thing, but turning it into an actual, viable company, that's a totally different ballgame. And honestly, it's a pretty dangerous journey. And this is the heart of the problem. It even has a name: the Valley of Death. It's this treacherous chasm between a working lab prototype and the product people can actually buy. This is where so many game-changing ideas, especially in really complex fields like deep tech, just run out of cash, run out of business know-how, and run out of support. It's where potential goes to die. So if this valley is where all that amazing potential just evaporates, the billion-dollar question becomes, how do you build a bridge across it, right? How do you get a brilliant academic discovery safely to the other side, to commercialization? Well, the solution lies in having a super clear blueprint, a map. We're going to use the platform academicjobs.com as a case study here to see how it's basically providing the map and the compass for this entire journey. This blueprint, it really boils down to three absolutely critical pillars. First, you've got to protect the idea itself, the intellectual property. Second, you have to secure the right kind of early-stage funding. And third, and this is a big one, you need to build a team that combines that scientific genius with street-smart business sense. Let's break them down. So everything, and I mean everything, starts with the foundation, your intellectual property. So before that groundbreaking paper even gets published, this model connects researchers with IP specialists to lock down the rights to their work. And this isn't some newfangled idea. It's inspired by proven systems like Stanford's Tech Licensing Office, which is built on a really powerful concept. The person who makes the discovery should be the one empowered to build its future. Okay, once that IP is secure, it's time for fuel. We're talking about funding, and not just small academic grants, but serious seed funding. This model is all about connecting founders to what's called patient capital. Investors who get the deep tech breakthroughs, say in biotech or quantum computing, take time. This kind of capital, often somewhere between $500,000 and $2 million, is the essential fuel you need to get across that valley of death. And finally, step 3, building that star team. Because let's be honest, a brilliant researcher who's an expert in quantum physics is probably not an expert in sales funnels or operations. So what this model does is pair the PhD founder, who becomes the tech visionary, with a seasoned entrepreneur who knows exactly how to scale a business. It's this incredible combination of deep technical expertise and proven business skill. It's a powerhouse. But, a successful launch is really just the beginning. Getting off the ground is one thing, staying in the air is something else entirely. That's why this model provides full life cycle support. It acts as a long-term partner for growth, not just a launch pad. What's really cool is how this model basically cherry-picks the best ideas from across the industry for every single stage. So in the discovery phase, it acts like a research hub, using AI to match great ideas to real market needs. Then, during validation, it's kind of like a Y Combinator, but for deep tech, using commercial peer reviews to see if an idea has legs. For the launch, it becomes like an executive recruiter, finding top-tier business talent. And during the growth phase, it's almost like a LinkedIn for academia, creating global visibility. It really is a true end-to-end support system. So let's zoom out for our last section here, building tomorrow's companies. What's the ultimate impact of building this bridge from the lab to the market? Well, it's all about turning today's research papers into the legacy-defining companies of tomorrow. And this really requires a whole new way of looking at academic work. A research paper isn't just some document that archives a past discovery. It's a blueprint. It literally holds the instructions for solving our biggest future problems, but only if we have the right infrastructure to actually build from it. Ultimately, the whole goal is to make this a reality. The transition from lab to market is no longer a leap of faith. With the right ecosystem, it's a calculated, supported, and highly successful career path. I mean, that changes everything. So I'll leave you with this question. What really becomes possible when the world's most brilliant minds are empowered not just to discover, but to build?